Hello again, this is Vablonsky. When you think of dim sum, you automatically think of the bite-sized small plate offerings that are found in Cantonese and Hong Kong cuisine, the southern style. Think brunch that's consumed with hot tea. Think roast pork buns, shrimp dumplings, and rice noodle crepes. But there's another variety of dim sum called northern style dim sum that's different. Today I'm having that from a restaurant that specializes in it. I'm in Rockville, Maryland, in the unofficial Chinatown of the Washington, D.C. area. Come along on today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me today on another episode. I'm 20 miles roughly northwest of Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. I'm in Rockville, Maryland. Informally, people come to Rockville for the Chinese food, and there is a lot of Chinese people here in Rockville and in Montgomery County, where Rockville is located. So today, I'm going to show you food that I got at A&J, and they specialize in northern dim sum, northern style dim sum. And just as a matter of clarification, if you're not familiar with the term northern style dim sum, that is in contrast to southern style dim sum. And usually when you hear the term dim sum, it's synonymous with the southern style, the style popularized in Guangdong province in the south, and Guangzhou, the capital of Guangdong province, and in Hong Kong itself, obviously. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is called the Peking beef wrap. That certainly is north of Hong Kong, Peking or Beijing, the capital of China. And I just want to say, that beef is a more common protein that you find in northern style dim sum. You don't find beef very often in the Hong Kong style of dim sum, and this beef wrap basically is like a burrito. And I guess some people have even described it as such, a Chinese burrito, and it looks like it. It has a kind of crusty exterior that's flaky and crisp, and on the inside, I think beef shank, thin layers of beef shank. I see carrots, and there might be some cilantro in here and some bean sprouts. I don't know what else, but let me try it. Oh, wow. I've had this before, but it's been years since I've had this. And frankly, the first thing that hit me was the hoisin sauce. They must slap on and lather on and spread on some hoisin sauce in the interior of this wrap. It's some sort of thin pancake. That's another thing that distinguishes the northern style from the southern style. The bready things are wheat-based, as opposed to made from rice flour, which is predominant in the southern style. Wow. It's very soft. The pancake, the flatbread, as it were, that is used to make the wrap, the exterior of the wrap, is very pliable, very delicious. The beef shank is cut ultra thin. It's almost like deli meat thin. Okay, my next item is the pork dumpling. And it's a flattened, elongated, kind of flat, long-looking dumpling. It's one of their signature dishes, one of their more popular dishes at A&J. I don't know what region of China this northern dim sum item originates. Most pork dumplings are not long, kind of elongated rectangular shape, and they're not flat like this. They're very crispy on the bottom, and if you flip them over, you see the top, and they're not as crispy on the top of the dumpling, but on the bottom they're very crispy. Well, let me try one. Wow. The dough It's kind of thick, not exceedingly thick. It's not a thin wrapper by any means. It's on the thicker end of the spectrum, but it's very nice, very crispy. The pork filling is very savory, very tasty. Yeah, I'm looking around. Yeah, they definitely didn't give me anything to dip the dumplings in, some sort of soy sauce or anything, but I mean, I can tell right away the quality of the dumpling is very, very nice, and I can see why it's so popular. These are nice. The filling especially is very, very tasty, very delicious, soft, savory pork. When they pan fry it, they do it, I'm imagining they do it in aggregate, and they kind of stick together, and you kind of have to pry them apart. And these two are not coming apart. Oh, I have to kind of jiggle it a little bit. Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Wow. You know, the more I'm eating these dumplings, they're really, really good. Wow. And in fact, I like the fact that the wrapper is a little bit thicker than usual, because if they were thin, they wouldn't hold up. So these really hold up well. You know, if you want to take them home later on and reheat them or something like that. And being thicker, I think they can tolerate the pan frying, I think, and so you can get that crispy bottom that they do on it, and that might be harder to achieve if the wrapper were, less sturdy. So this is a nice, look at that char and that crispiness that they can achieve on the bottom of this thing, because that is, I was just going to say, that is what people enjoy about these dumplings, that crispiness on the bottom. And you really don't have to crisp up the top, because that would be overdoing it probably. Wow. Okay, I'm going to move on to my next item now, and I'm not eating these in any particular order. This is called cow foo. It's a vegetarian delight of sorts. It has stewed wheat gluten in it, and I think tofu skin, carrots, wood ears, and black shiitake mushrooms, and it's stewed together, and it's sort of a vegetable delight. That's what they call it on the menu. And let me just poke a piece, and oh, here it is. This is a piece of the wheat gluten. Wow. It looks like tofu. That's what it looks like. But it has a very different texture. And this wheat gluten is a popular meat substitute in Chinese cuisine when you want... if someone doesn't want protein, actual meat, and so in vegetarian entrees of various sorts, wheat gluten is used as a meat substitute. Yeah, this is stewed. It has that classic stewed Chinese flavor. Wow. Ooh, what is this? Bamboo, I think? I don't know. Wow. Big lump of bamboo. Wow. Stewed, so it's really soft, not mushy. That would be bad, but wow, that's some of the softest bamboo I've ever eaten. Wow, that's good. As I'm digging around, I'm looking at the constituent parts of this cow foo. Oh, did I say tofu skin earlier? There's no tofu skin in here because there's nothing that thin. But there's lumps of like dry bean curd, dry tofu, big lumps of it, kind of cubes. Oh, and let me try one of these. Yeah, it's kind of like really firm pressed tofu, and it has that stewed flavor. And I don't know exactly what the ingredients are. The classic Chinese spices are in this thing, this cow foo. Mushrooms. Oh, there's a wood ear balanced on top of it. Wow. Oh, oh. There's a piece of bamboo here on my fork with one soybean. Oh, wow. And a carrot. And I can't really think of an analog in the southern style. This is a very northern style preparation here with the wheat gluten and the firm pressed dry bean curd here. Okay, I'm going to move on to my next item now. It's the pan-fried beef bun. I don't know what region of China this is from. Let me look at it. It's crispy, really crispy looking on the outside, and it's nicely browned, and it's kind of hefty too. It weighs something, and it's not light and kind of flimsy. Ooh, I don't know if you're supposed to eat it with your hands or you're supposed to use a fork or chopsticks, or I don't know. But since I'm examining it now with my hand, I might as well just eat it like this. Wow. Wow, that is a hearty bite. It is jam-packed with beef. They are not playing around. They filled this thing up quite generously. That exterior, it's not like the Cantonese style bun, it would be fluffy and kind of airy. This is flat and pliable, so it's a very different kind of mouthfeel. And again, a lot of things are wheat-based in the north as opposed to being made from rice flour. Oh my God. It is so juicy on the inside. Let me dig into the next item. The next item I'm going to show you are the pig ears, the hot and spicy pig ears specifically. I think that's how it's described on the menu. It's basically just pig ears seasoned in a spicy seasoning, and it's sliced up into little threads basically. Let me get some. Wow, look. Wow, look at these pig ears. Wow. Wow. The flavor is really nice. There's a spiciness on my tongue. Kind of a Szechuan spiciness. It's not like, like some sort of painful spiciness. It's very kind of aromatically and balanced spiciness, if that makes any sense. It's a very tasty and delicious kind of spiciness, that's very characteristically Szechuan in its flavor profile. Wow. And the thing about pig ears is you're eating it for the textural experience, because I'm munching on the cartilage in the ears, which is nice and crisp, and you bite down on it and it's firm, but it breaks into bits and pieces very easily when you press down on your teeth, and it's a very pleasant kind of firmness on those pig ears with the cartilage. And then there's a fatty layer underneath, which is gelatinous. So you have the gelatinous skin, the fattiness underneath the skin, and then the crunch of the cartilage. They cut it into almost these thin threads. It's almost like noodles. It's like pig ear noodles almost. I've had pig ears before, and often they're cut more thickly into wider kind of little strips and wedges, and so they're not as thinly cut as this. They're like the shoestring fries of the pig ear world. These are some of the best pig ears I think I've ever had. Okay, my next item is smoked chicken. It looks like a thigh piece that's been hacked into segments. That's not an uncommon thing. Chicken is usually hacked into segments because Chinese people don't like to eat large pieces of chicken, and it's smoked. So do they use charcoal or wood? I don't know, but it's smoked. And I've had smoked chicken before. I've had it fairly often, I would say, but I've never had it as a dim sum item. And in Cantonese barbecue, they don't use actual smoke to flavor or to cook the pork. So there's no smoked chicken in the Cantonese tradition, but there's pork like char siu, which is roasted, and there's roast pig, but that generally isn't prepared with smoke. They have special ovens that they prepare those in usually. But let me grab a piece. Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing it now. Yeah, there's definitely a segment here. It looks like a thigh piece again. Wow. Yeah, dark meat, thigh meat, and it does taste of smoke. The smoke is primarily embedded in the skin. The skin is slightly gelatinous. Oh. Wow. Oh. Wow, there's little bones. You gotta watch out for. Wow. You know, as I'm eating this, I'm wondering where the rice is, because instinctually, as a Chinese person, I'm kind of wondering where the rice is, because I'm feeling like I need to eat this with rice. You don't usually eat chicken like this, segmented, hacked up pieces of chicken like this without some rice. Usually, you eat it with rice. The smokiness of it is certainly there, and it's good. But usually you don't see anything else smoked in this northern style. It's usually chicken. I've had this before, smoked chicken, but I've never seen it smoked. The smoking method I haven't seen it used with beef, for example, or pork. Is there smoked fish? I'm trying to think. I don't know. If you know, let me know. Again, I don't know exactly where the smoked chicken originates from, what tradition it's from. Wow. Thank you so much for joining me today on this episode as I visited A&J Restaurant that specializes in northern style dim sum here in Rockville, Maryland, the unofficial Chinatown of the Washington, D.C. area. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please leave a comment about anything I ate today. And also, do you see the thumbnail link on the screen? You can watch another video in this series where I visit Rockville and explore the Chinese food scene here in the unofficial Chinatown of the Washington, D.C. area. Thank you so much. I'll catch you next time on my next food adventure. Take care. Bye-bye.